The second LA Knight's music hit, the arena detonated. The fans weren't just cheering, they were roaring like a volcano erupting, voices shaking the roof off the building. But the fury, the tension, the edge in that sound wasn't just excitement, it was demand. The WWE Universe was sick and tired of watching their guy, the hottest act in wrestling, the man dripping in charisma every time he opens his mouth, get brushed aside like he's just another body. And when LA Knight stormed down that ramp on Monday Night Raw, there was no more room for patience. There was no more waiting. The crowd knew it. He knew it. Tonight, he was about to demand what was his. And he wasn't going to ask politely. Yeah. The New Day were in the ring, their music still echoing, their smiles wide, their colorful gear shining under the lights. They just cut a promo about positivity, fun, and their rightful place in the tag division, when suddenly the energy in the arena flipped. LA Knight didn't come out laughing, didn't come out smirking, he came out stomping, his face twisted with determination and rage. He grabbed a mic without hesitation, pointing straight at the New Day, cutting them off mid-sentence. "Let me talk to ya." The crowd erupted with him, screaming every word. "You two boys out here dancing, joking, playing games like this is Saturday morning cartoons. But last I checked, this is Monday Night Raw, and there's one megastar who's sick of watching you waste everybody's time. His name? LA Knight." Yeah, the fans lost it. Xavier Woods tried to laugh it off, bouncing around in the ring, saying Knight was always running his mouth without backing it up. Kofi Kingston, with that sly grin, told LA Knight that if he wanted respect, he had to earn it the hard way because the New Day were still the standard. But Knight wasn't in the mood for jokes. He stepped right between them, face to face with both men, and you could feel the hostility. His voice dropped low, the tone venomous. "You want to talk about respect? I don't need your respect. I don't need your games. What I want, what I demand, is the shot that should have been mine months ago. The WWE Championship. And if I gotta go through you two clowns to get it, then line 'em up and watch me knock 'em down." Yeah, the arena shook. Fans were chanting title shot over and over. Kofi stepped up, chest to chest with Knight, his smile gone. "You think you can just walk out here, run your mouth, and leapfrog everyone else? You think demanding something makes you worthy of it? That's not how this works, man." Xavier chimed in, "We've been grinding for years, we've been champions over and over. You're just a catchphrase with an ego bigger than the moon." The crowd booed hard, angry at the disrespect. And that's when Knight snapped. He laughed coldly into the mic. "A catchphrase? That what you think this is? Every single time I step out here, every single time this crowd chants my name, it ain't no catchphrase, it's the voice of the people. They're done with your jokes. They're done with your pancakes. They're done with your trombones. And they're damn sure done watching me sit on the sidelines while jokers like you waste airtime. I'm the guy, I'm the star, I'm the man who's gonna walk into that championship picture whether management likes it or not. And if you got a problem with that, then step aside before I step over you." Yeah, the tension exploded. Kofi shoved him. Knight shoved back. Xavier jumped in, fists flying, and suddenly it was chaos. The New Day were throwing shots, but Knight fought like a man possessed. He hammered Woods into the corner, cracked Kofi with a stiff elbow, and the arena went absolutely insane. Security rushed the ring, refs diving in to separate them, but Knight kept breaking free, his rage unstoppable. "You can't stop me," he roared, throwing off officials, pointing to the crowd who were chanting his name like thunder. "This is my time." Yeah, Kofi grabbed a mic through the chaos, shouting that if Knight wanted to prove himself, he'd face him one-on-one later that night. The fans erupted, hungry for it. And Knight? He grinned for the first time, that cocky smirk shining through the fury. "You just signed your own death warrant. And when I'm done with you, I'll be knocking on the champion's door." Yeah, the match later that night wasn't just a wrestling match, it was a statement. Kofi Kingston, one of the most decorated stars in WWE, versus the megastar on the rise. The bell rang, and Kofi flew at Knight with speed, striking hard, flipping through the ropes, dazzling the crowd. But Knight refused to fall. He absorbed every blow, every dive, every kick, and came back swinging. His clotheslines nearly took Kofi's head off. His power slammed Kingston into the mat with a force that made the ring shake. Every time Kofi tried to mount momentum, Knight cut him off, punishing him, grinding him down. The crowd was split at first, some backing Kofi, but by the halfway point it was clear the people were behind LA Knight. Every elbow drop, every slam, every yak got louder and louder until the whole arena was chanting with him. Kofi fought valiantly, even landing Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere, but Knight kicked out at 2. The place erupted. Kofi looked shocked. Knight fed off it. In the end, Knight planted Kofi with the BFT, slamming him down in the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. The crowd erupted in unison, the noise deafening. Knight stood tall, sweat pouring, his chest heaving, his finger pointing straight at the Titantron where the WWE Championship graphic glowed. He didn't even need to say it, but he grabbed the mic anyway. "One down. 1 to go. And when I get my shot, when I take that gold, the whole damn world's gonna say his name. L.A. Knight. Yeah, the following week on Raw, the air was thick with anticipation. Everyone knew LA Knight wasn't finished, not by a long shot. He'd just beaten Kofi Kingston clean in the middle of the ring, and if that wasn't proof enough, the people were demanding his coronation. Signs in the crowd screamed, "Give him the title shot," and L.A. Knight. Yeah, the momentum was undeniable. But the New Day weren't about to let their pride take a back seat. They came out first, Xavier Woods clutching a mic, his voice fiery with anger. "Last week, you got lucky. You think beating Kofi one time makes you worthy of a championship match? Nah. You're not ready. You're not proven. And tonight, I'm gonna shut you up myself." The crowd erupted at the challenge, but before Woods could even finish, LA Knight's music hit and the arena exploded. He walked out slow, deliberate, oozing confidence, with that trademark smirk and a dangerous edge in his eyes. He let the chance wash over him, then raised the mic. "You boys don't get it, do ya? Last week wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. It was destiny. And Xavier, you're about to step into the ring with a man who doesn't play games, doesn't dance around, and sure as hell doesn't play the trombone. You're stepping in the ring with the man who's about to take what he's owed. And after I beat you, just like I beat Kofi, there ain't a soul in this company who can deny me that title shot." Yeah, the match was set, and from the opening bell, Woods came out hot, using his speed and agility to try and overwhelm Knight. The crowd was electric, split chants filling the arena, but the longer the match went on, the clearer it became Knight was on a mission. Every slam, every strike, every taunt was laced with hunger. Woods hit everything in his arsenal, including a springboard DDT that nearly stole the win, but Knight roared back, rallying the crowd behind him. Finally, he caught Woods mid-move, planted him with the BFT, and sealed another victory. 1, 2, 3. The crowd went ballistic. 2 New Day members down, back-to-back weeks. Knight grabbed the mic, standing over Woods' fallen body, sweat dripping as his voice cut through the noise. 2 down, none to go. Which means there's only one thing left to do: give me my damn title shot. Yeah, the arena roared with him, chants echoing off the walls. The demand was deafening. But then, the Titantron lit up. Out walked the reigning WWE champion, title slung over his shoulder, smirking as he stared down Knight from the stage. He raised the mic. "You think 2 wins make you a contender? You think running through the New Day means you're ready to stand across from me? You've talked a big game, Knight, and you've got the people chanting your name. But this championship isn't about catchphrases, it's about proving you can hang at the very top. You want this? You better be ready to fight harder than you ever have in your life." Knight didn't flinch. He climbed the turnbuckle, pointing straight at the champion, his voice booming. "I've been ready. I've been waiting. And when that bell rings, the only thing the world's gonna remember is the sound of me pinning you in the middle of this ring. And when it's done, there'll be one name echoing through every arena, one megastar standing tall with that title in his hands. L.A. Knight." Yeah, the confrontation sent the crowd into a frenzy, chants echoing like thunder as Raw went off the air. But the weeks that followed turned this into something bigger than anyone expected. The New Day refused to let it go. They attacked Knight backstage, blindsided him during interviews, and tried to cost him matches. But every single time, Knight came back swinging, fighting off both men, proving he wasn't just a loudmouth, he was a fighter, a survivor, a man fueled by destiny. At one point, the New Day even teamed up to face Knight in a handicap match. The odds were stacked against him, the fans biting their nails, wondering if this was the night Knight's momentum got derailed. But Knight fought like his career depended on it. He powered through Woods and Kofi, countering their double teams, digging deep with every ounce of fire in his body. And when he finally nailed Woods with the BFT, dragging himself across the mat for the pin, the roof nearly blew off the building. LA Knight had beaten the New Day, both men, in one night. That was it. That was the proof. That was the statement. The very next week, the champion had no choice. He walked down, face to face with Knight in the center of the ring, and with the crowd chanting "title match. Title match," he finally raised the mic and said, "You've earned it. At the next pay-per-view, you get your shot." The eruption from the fans was unreal. Knight smirked, pointing at the belt, his voice sharp as a blade. "Enjoy it while you can, champ. Because the second that bell rings, your reign's on borrowed time. And when I take that title, it won't just be a win, it'll be the moment this whole damn company changes. And there ain't a thing you can do about it." Yeah, the match was set. The hype was untouchable. LA Knight versus the WWE champion, fueled by weeks of chaos, disrespect, and demand. And when the pay-per-view night came, the arena was electric, every single fan chanting his name before the bell even rang. The fight was brutal, a war of attrition, the champion throwing everything he had, but Knight refusing to die. Near falls, close calls, the tension skyrocketing until finally Knight countered, hooked the champion, and delivered the BFT in the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. The eruption was deafening. LA Knight stood tall, WWE Championship in hand, the crowd chanting "yeah" with every ounce of breath. The New Day lay battered at ringside, forced to watch the man they mocked rise to the very top. The champion was dethroned. And Knight, drenched in sweat, raised the gold high above his head, his eyes blazing with triumph.